Welcome back to Tennis Manager episode 51. We are back to negotiations, but not for uni. Not yet. Today, it's for a scout. Very, very unimportant in the grand scheme of things. The reality is the only reason why I even want to scout anyone is to know our competition. What it is for is to raise the level. Our scouting department is the lowest rated department we have, and it's holding back the overall rating, which is making it harder to hire better individuals. So a level 6 scout, which is a couple levels higher than the one we have on staff right now, will help boost the reputation of that scouting department, bringing up the overall reputation, making it easier to hire better people. That's the main function for this one. He's not overly keen on signing with us, but a small boost for the signing bonus should do it. Not a guarantee, but we'll leave it at that for now. Nos finally gets the bump to a higher tier tournament, a 175, and in this, not only finds himself unseeded for the tournament, seeded against the number 60 ranked Mazzola. Tough match here. This is going to be hard. First test for Nos, though. Tough match on paper. It's going to take a great performance to get a win. He's squeaked by 6-4, 3-6, 6-3. He's going to move on to the second round. More points, more pay, less expectation. He's unseeded for this, so he's not going to be disappointed if he gets knocked out at this point. We would have the 4 seed in the quarterfinal, potentially, if we get there. We've got a wild card to get past now, and I feel like this is going to be an easier one. In fact, we flip from a tough match to an easy match, and we win comfortably 6-1, 6-3, plus 29 on winners, plus 10 on forced errors as well. Stoyer, second round exit. Sella through a quarterfinal for her tournament. We do have the 4 seed. Balanced match. American TN took 3 sets. Very close first set. We very much could have been out in those first 2 sets, if not for a couple points in our favor. But then we come on strong in the third set and pull away a little bit. 8 points overall. Service, that was kind of it right there. I mean, you're talking about essentially a -4 and a +8. That's already the difference. That's the gap. But +11 on winners. Unforced errors was a -5. Forced errors was a -4. Meaning, yeah, there was pretty much a wash there. Neither one was great in break points, both around 40%. Service was the key difference in this one. Sella losing in the semis. The 6 seed moves on to the final, 55th ranked player. But we are in the other semifinal against the 8 seed and 66th ranked Cherokee. Tough match, but we are 3-0 against Cherokee all time. Last year, junior tour finals, French Junior Open semifinal, and a final the year before in Nanjing. All of them were close, but all of them were straight set victories. But apparently, somebody has made a big jump in quality. There were a couple players at that junior level that were still better than us that we were catching up to along the way. But this is somebody we haven't caught yet. Curious if, I guess we wouldn't know whether he's a early bloomer or not. Love to evaluate, but I won't see results anytime soon. Just 4 titles for him, but he's already 66th in the rankings. Now I'm assuming that unlike us, he's somebody who pushed a little bit earlier. He's at the Rafa Nadal Academy. So quality player. And we remain perfect against him, 4-0. First set was very close tiebreaker, but 6-2 in the second set. We end up plus 11 points overall. A little behind on winners, but much cleaner with a plus 14 unforced error. So far this season, we had bumped ourselves up into the 4th tier. This tournament that we're in right now today, 7th. It's a pretty healthy jump. It is a pretty healthy jump from where we've been in terms of the ranking of those around us. We're about to play in a final. 3 tiers above anything we've played in previously. It's a big step. Uni, until recently, was looking for just 250 plus. Now we're looking at 500 plus, and really I'm just kind of looking at 1K and above. But this is getting awfully close to the big stage. Nos at 81. We've already cracked that top 100 now against 55 and a 6 seed in Brooksby. Brooksby is a much more complete player than we are at this stage, but outside of, I think, return forehand, backhand. I think this side is looking pretty close to what we are shaping up to right now. It's just that this side is also that bit more narrow. Tough match. Gonna take a great performance. Bit stressed by the occasion. Nos does have some anxiety. But he's off to a good start in this one. 30 love. Forced error there. Nearly ace. Oh, lucky. Otherwise it's 40 love. Nos in total control of this first game. But mistake there. And just like that, it's 30 all. Mistake and an unlucky moment. That's an ace. That's an ace. That was just hit with some power is all. It was hit straight as an arrow. And it wasn't in the corner. It was just on that back service line. Another mistake. Keeping our opponent in it. 2 unforced errors already. That's wide. Advantage. That's going to go wide. Oh, it touched the line. Got it. Okay, first game's ours. Back foot there. He started well. That was a good serve.
Second service.
Definitely looks like he's got some power, but I don't know. He took a lot off that second one. Just 98. Well done. No idea how he didn't score the winner on that wide one. And then not only does he reach it, but he comes right back the other way and hits the winner against us. And then we go unforced. Looks like we're going to go 1-1 on this. But we're also just talking mid-tier now as we get another ace. Very next serve. 30-15. We're hitting 117 or so on first serves. We're hitting between about 100 and 104 on second serves. Advantage. It's taken us a while to put things away, but we do go up 2-1. But at the other side, he's doing well with service himself, outside of a little unforced error where he's just missed the back line. He missed well wide there, though. I thought we scored that one. Down the side here, I thought it was in. Call was out. 2 games all. And trailing 15-40 with service. A little bit of trouble here. Drop the game 2-3. Remember, this is considered a tough match. At the moment, and especially while being stressed out, not going so hot. Can't talk. We'll ask to talk at the end of this first set. I need to think about what we go. Oh, he's gotten even worse now. Confidence has dropped to anxious. He's quite stressed. But we need to get him to relax first and foremost. Set point, unforced error, and we drop the first set 6-2. I think this is our relaxation one, and that's the biggest problem. It just picked up emotion, which was the only one that had been doing well, but after losing that first set, he drops to unfazed. So we're going to at least get back to decent emotion, but the other 3 are still a problem. And he's still showing him as unfazed, which is why I don't use these mid-game talks. They don't do anything. They don't do anything. Let's give him a couple games, see how he does. Moving on fast. It's okay if he loses this. I'm just glad he made a final already. Jump into the 7th tier. But he's still got some progression to go to start winning these kind of levels. Even if he does come away with a win today, he's clearly not a dominant force yet. We've at least gotten 3 games this time, but we're down 3-5. And we have a match point base service. Nice ace though. That is such a strength for Nos. Nice. Deuce. Battling back. Staying alive. Our opponent has just slipped below the 50% mark, so he's going to be a little less accurate now. Giving us a little bit more balanced situation, but coming back from 3 games 5 is going to be a problem. And we've come back from 15-40 to get advantage and take the game 5-4. That makes me happy. Not giving up. Speaking of, we're still okay. We're determined now, but we don't have confidence. Can we give him confidence? No. See, I can't even talk to him again. That mechanic is so broken, and it's been broken ever since. Does not work as designed. You got a 20 in motivation and can't do a damn thing in match. A little bit on the heels right now. This could be the end of this one as we push wide. We lose 6-2, 6-4. New staff member has accepted our contract. Stoyer picks up 3 points. All of them were pretty close, though, but backhand and consistency and focus. Tobin, big gains, but no level. Igna gets footwork. Nos, not a level. That underspin, though, 1/3%. Nos almost breaks into the cash cow territory, which is now set at 25K. 24-2. Good start to the week from our team members. Uni already through 2 rounds. Igna, last one to play first round. Everybody succeeded in the first round. Tobin, so far the only second round loser. Perfect in the 3rd round for Uni. Now through the quarterfinal, catching up to the other 2. 2 semifinal losses and 1 win. Igna will play a final. And Igna wins that final. Good bounce back for Uni, though, after the injury. Saw her have some early exits. She needed a decent performance to get back on track, and her form is back to excellent. Sella, control up to a 9. Igna gets backhand consistency to an 11. Uni, that's a 1K semifinal. 65,000. We're getting into that territory where we can go try again before the end of the month of May. I'll give it another couple weeks and see if we can acquire a little bit more, maybe push us above 700K just in case, but we're close to another attempt. Uni back up a spot to 6th. Nos now in the top 75. Igna climbs into the top 500. And Stoyer continues to make progress towards that 250 to be the last one to hit all of their goals, all their marks for the year. Nos settling in now, 5th tier. A little more like it, right? Up 1 level from where we were. With the climb and ranking, we suddenly find ourselves the number 1 overall seed. And somebody who just missed seeding is our opponent. Not easy. We're only 50 spots up on them, and it was just a moment ago that we were ranked there and below. Balanced match, but victory. 6-2, 6-2, +6 on winners. Small advantage on service. Overall, we were, plus 20 points. Where is that advantage hiding? +6 on unforced errors, +6 on forced errors. It's hiding, not in plain sight, but it's hiding everywhere. Small advantage in every facet of the game added up to a pretty healthy advantage at the end, including a 50% breakpoint conversion versus 0. Second round, a little more manageable. A wild card, 171st ranked opponent. Balanced. We've picked up a minor injury, it looks like, but we win 6-2, 6-2. It's inflammation of the right Achilles. Nothing too bad. We're fine to play through it. Certainly we hope anyway. 8 seed in the quarterfinal. Balanced come out on top, 6-3, 6-4. A lot of closer matches than what we've seen of late as we move up a level, and it feels like this 5th tier is probably a good place for us in the short term. Semis against a wild card, 200. Lucked out there. 2-4 in the other matchup, though, so we are looking at a potential top 2 matchup in the final. Tough match. Need a great performance. Whew. Just got it, too. 6-4, 7-6. 16 points advantage. Looks a lot better than the final score suggests. Break points, though. That certainly helped, but both of us, pretty good conversion rate. Healthy advantage in winners. -4 and -5 in the errors department. Kept it a little closer. And it is a 1-2 matchup versus the 102nd ranked Rid Krazan, I think, is the opponent's name. He definitely got on the front foot with his service here early on and has done so again on this next point, though Nos does well to push that one to the corner despite the footwork and speed necessary, like we just did there. Could not quite get back at this one. That was all about the serve. We're having to be lightning off the line just to keep his serves in play. He's got a really strong serve like we do. Yeah, and that's the name of that first game, which he just claimed was all about service. But here comes ours as we lead with an ace as well. So service, name of the game today, and I think will be a key component to how either one of these players do. So this is our first final of the 5th tier now. We're not going back to that 4th tier anymore. We've been successful enough in this 5th and 7th tier to see a final in each. I don't know if we'll win either one of them, but it's clearly the right place for us. And unlike that 7th tier final where we were a little bit disadvantaged and definitely playing from behind, here, while both seem to have good service, Nos is definitely the better all-around player. And hits the line? Yes, he does. Playing the set. So first set goes 6-4 in our favor. And we'll have to keep an eye on how things go here. We had a chance at a break, but could not secure it. But we easily take service there. Trailing otherwise, though. He got to serve first on us, and so we're keep coming from behind 3 games all. Another chance to break. This time we convert the break point and then easily win service, and we go 5-3. Can we break him here? Maybe. Break point / match point. No, not that one. Weak. That serve didn't seem that great. Good little power hit there, but didn't put it where he wasn't. We put it right down the middle, and then we go wide there. So the unforced. Wide on that first serve. Second serve makes it a little bit easier on us. We're definitely not on the back foot, but we're not being much of an aggressor at the moment. And the mistake there gives the game away. Now 5-4, but now we have service where you can see a good strong serve immediately gets us on the front foot, but we float it, gave him a chance to get back in it, but then he ends up trying to put a little backspin on that and took too much off of it, ended up catching the net. 15-all after we make our own mistake here. Good serve. That's such an easy winner from there. He had absolutely no chance to reach that one. 30-15. Let's go. Oh, needed to push that left. He would have reached it, but he would have been lunging to do so, and it would have really put him off balance. A few hits later, though, we end up doing the same thing anyway, and go 40-15. It's match point. Not fully on the front foot, but a little bit on the front foot. And he goes long on that one. Under hits it. He didn't take enough off to hit the corner there. He turned back the racket a little bit. End up skying a little bit. And there's our first 5th tier championship. 6-4, 6-4. 5th tier victory, 18K. Definitely Nos is starting to creep in. And even if we take a reduction for Uni, the combination of the 2 of them will really help keep the funds rolling. And don't forget that Igna is starting to work her way up too. We're going to have her in the 2nd tier before too long here. And it'll take a little while before she's making serious cash, but she's not that far off from what's going on. So that being said, let me check on Uni. She's very happy right now, and all of her goals are being met. I think this is the perfect time. 680? I was thinking 7 would be my mark, but you know what? Let's do it. Hey, fingers crossed. She's certainly happy to negotiate major player. That'll also keep her happy. That's exactly neutral on that one. 3 seasons. Now, here is the key. We've already noted that it turns out that a player does make a good amount of prize money over the course of a year. And even if we take a decreased share of that revenue, which is already low, You cut that in half, we're still making money in a decent amount of time. But with a healthy bonus, it does take a while to repay that, especially when you start cutting your revenue in half or even by 2/3. It's going to take longer to recover. A 1-year deal, awful, because you got to turn around and pay a bonus the next year as well if you want to retain them and go through this process all over again for that matter. 3 years, even if we're sacrificing most of a year in finances, the next 2 years become that pure profit once again, and does become worth it. So we'll take a 3-year deal. Happy to have that. Now's the key. We still haven't met the minimum ground for the bonus that she's looking for. 680 is exactly what we have. We're going to walk away. We need more money. We got plenty of year left ahead of us, but we can't guarantee that she's going to continue to be happy and willing to negotiate. Now, here's my thought. There's a magic number for the extension bonus. What she desires, what she wants. I am optimistic that this share then becomes a little less controversial at that stage. I hope that this is a compensation for the lack of meeting demands. Let's say she wants a flat million. Once I have 1.2 million in the bank and I go in to offer and she sets that bar at $1 million, I'm hoping that we'll see the real share that she's looking for, which is like 8%, 9%, and that she'll be happy giving a little bit back because she's getting what she wants here. You see what I'm saying with that? That's the hope anyway. So cancel negotiations. We're not there yet. Not happening yet. Not like that. Let's get a full look at the development picture, not just what sort of gains we make over the week, but it looks like we're going to go backwards this time, beginning with Stoyer. And physically, she's starting to, well, catch up to her mentals for one thing, but she's starting to pull away from her technicals at the moment. And there's only one worrying topspin at a 3 and 1 session. We'll at least get that to a 4. And backhand consistency is the only other that I'm a little worried about. But the physicals, coming along quick. First year player, making good progress so far. Sella continues to gain at a nice solid rate. We're up to a 13 for the speed. We're almost 12s across the board for everything else. Even that footwork's that little bit harder one to train, as we don't have good methods for that, and you see just how far away it's pulled from the others. Sella, not long from now, can move on from training physical all the time. Not far. Another point or two, and she'll have that in the bag, so we can then pick up her mentals and then get after those technicals. Tobin, a little bit further off. Footwork, for one thing, is about to hit 10, but still have a hair further to go. Sella's past Tobin in the physicals, but is ahead in the mental and technical area. Started well ahead, and that's kind of the key on why that part's functioning the way it is. But Sella is out-developing Tobin, but started further behind. So the only area, the area we focused on, is where Sella has pulled slightly ahead after starting behind. Igna, still not quite having the physicals in check. However, you can see that I have started to mix it up a little bit with her training. She's gotten some more technical training this year. That was our preseason in particular, but even beyond that point. And mental this last week through fatigue. So we're kind of picking up a lot of things. She's still kind of balanced. Mental is her strongest. She's getting close. Igna's so much older than these two, though. Her development has definitely been slower, but she's almost 10s across the board in technicals, so she's pretty okay. She's pretty balanced. Nos, hitting that crazy good territory very, very soon. Physical, I have not trained in quite a while, but you can see little bits here and there. Bring it up right on a 15 now, and already happy zone on the physicals. On the mentals, focused now to the technicals, but that shift has only really just happened. And so they're catching up pretty quick. 11, 12, 13 for most. And uni, injury, decrease, physical. Not as happy. Need to train it. Looks like I need to spend 1 week training her physicals. We've got a little bit to recover that was lost. 1/4 of a point. Meaning probably 1 or 2 of these lost something. Took a dip during that period. Mental strong. That focus at 18 is very nice because a form bonus gives us a perfect 20. She is hyper focused all the time. And the technicals, we have made progress. We're seeing 413s now. We've got some things. We went from 6 that were about ready to level up to now the new cropping, the new group is backhand and serve, both aspects being ready, or 2 of the aspects being ready to level up. All right, folks, that's going to do it for this episode. A little longer yet here with Uni. I think once we hit that happy zone, I really think we'll see a proper breakthrough in those contract negotiations. But even at 680, I think I might be able to get an offer across the line at this stage. I think she might hang on to it. Remember, she's happy. But the key thing is we have to really know what her terms are. You can't be drastically far off from them and expect her to sign on. But if she's super thrilled, you do have wiggle room. But we've got to find what that start point is. And it's a lot. It is a lot. And at some point, there's a draw the line. It's not worth it. But like I said, a 3-year deal, she'll easily pay back. It just might take a year to pay back the bonus. I'm the Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.